Jesus ever said to Peter. We read that back in the Gospel of Matthew and in the Gospel of Mark when Jesus is calling his disciples. One of the things he says to Peter is, Peter, follow me. And Peter does, of course. He races after Jesus. But now he repeats that command. You get the sense that Jesus is starting over with Peter. It's like everything else that we know of Peter up until this point was really just sort of an introduction. It was really just the preface in the story of Peter's life. It's like Jesus says to Peter, okay, now that I have brought you to this point where you realize that you need me, that you need a Savior, now I can deal with you. Now I can call you to follow me. Now let's try this again. Peter's life is just beginning here. The story of Peter's life hasn't even really been written yet. Jesus brings Peter to that point of failure, and then he restores him, and he says, okay, now let's try this again. Follow me. If you've ever had to look in the face of someone that you've failed, if you've ever had to go back to someone that you've disappointed, it's pretty awful, actually. It's pretty tough to do that and go back to someone you know you've let down. But I want you to see, when you look into the face of Jesus, you don't see someone who is so miserable over how well you've done. When we fail Jesus, he's not there looking down on us and saying, oh, you did it again. You failed again. You blew it again. No, you look into the face of a gentle Savior who loved you enough to stretch out his hands and die for you. That's why it's safe for us to come to Jesus with our failures. It's the best place we can possibly be, because through our failures, Jesus restores us and he transforms us, and then